gentlemen, I'm Chad with CD Shaving. Thank you very much for joining me for today's head shave. Before we get into that, or the product that we're using, let's get into today's holiday of the day. Today's holiday of the day is National Pizza Maker's Day. That's right. Not pizza maker as in I buy a frozen pizza and I toss it in the oven or whatever. We're talking about the guys and girls that actually make it from scratch. They're tossing it up in the air. They're adding the ingredients. Those people have some serious talent, in my opinion. I watch them make pizza from scratch, and I just think to myself, I couldn't do it. I've tried to do it before, throw on the dough, but it doesn't quite work out so well for me. I had to order out as a result. It was disastrous. But anyway, so celebrate your National Pizza Maker's Day. Go in, thank your favorite pizza maker, and order your favorite pizza. All right, that is the national holiday of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the shave of the day. Spartacus by Ariana and Evans. There it is right there. And I've got the matching aftershave to go with it. Same label, as you can see. Well, actually, no, it's actually different. The labels are different. But this particular one is in the Kaizen 2E base. So we're going to be shaving with that today and give that a shot. Dogwood handle brush, synthetic knot. Just going all synthetic today. We got our sample mashed into our CD Shaven ceramic bowl. And we're going with Lord blades. These ones. I haven't really used these too much. This might even be the first time I've used them, but that's the blade right there. And we're using the Midnight by West Coast Shaving Midnight Collection. This stainless steel. This thing is a beast. Let me tell you, this thing is a heavy, heavy razor. So we're going with that today. Now, as I said, this is the Kaizen 2E base on this particular offering from Ariana and Evans. This is not a new offering. It's been around for a while. This is the first time, or I should say the first time. I've been using it for a little while, but I have not had it before a couple of months ago. So, it is, the scent on it is inspired by Creed Adventus. Adventus? I hope I'm saying that right. Probably not, but you get the point. Anyway, it does come in a 4-ounce tub with a screw top lid and a waterproof label. And the aftershave comes in a 100 milliliter glass bottle with a screw top lid, and this is, I assume, a waterproof label. I've never had any problem with any of Ariana and Evans or the club's stuff coming off of it at all, label-wise. Just a fantastic label. They've got the Asian marks here. Kind of the Spartacus looking helmet. Yeah, I really do. I think the label's pretty badass. I like that. So, all right. Badly need of a head shave today. I don't know if you can see that. Just how bristly that is. Really driving me nuts. So let's go ahead and pour the water in. Make ourselves a lather. So I've been using Ariana and Evans for quite some time for the last couple of years. Them and the club. Back when they first started, I started using them. They used to have a ton of offerings then, and they have a ton of offerings now. Chances are good that if you want to try them, it's bound to be something scent-wise that you're going to like. All right, let's go ahead and lather this up. They have all kinds of different ends of the spectrum. They've got some coffee-based stuff. They've got fruit-based. They've got their Kaizen bait. The Kaizen soap itself is quite nice. To me, it's very it's fruity to me. It reminds me of fruit stripe gum. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but it reminds me of that. I think it's a pretty pleasant scent. Whether or not you want to smell like that all day is your opinion, but I don't mind it. It smells pretty nice to me. I got some compliments on it. But the performance of the soap is just crazy. I mean, it really, really is. There are other artisans that are catching up. They're catching up and to the performance of the soap. They're learning. So keep that in mind. But the soap right now is just, I mean, you cannot go wrong with this stuff. I just lathered all that in no time. And it's got nothing to do with the brush. I don't buy into that crap at all. You know, your ability or inability to make a lather is dependent entirely on your knowledge and experience and the soap itself. I've had soaps before that just will not lather for beans. Anybody even say that anymore for beans? Alright. I think this is pretty much just to give you kind of an idea if you've never seen their lather. That's pretty dense. Holds a lot of water. I like it. So, alright, let's go ahead and get into the first pass here, or lather. Okay, I could use a face shave too, but that's going to be another time. Alright, let's go into our first pass here. I just want to touch on something. Some people have said, I've heard comments made, and I think I've even commented before, on the amount of lather that you need when you are doing a shave, whether it's your head, your face, or other places. I've been thinking a lot about that, and because I'm one of those people that likes to throw a ton of lather on their head and my face when shaving, and I'm one of those people that'll tell you that it's not entirely necessary, and I don't think it always is, but that's the key word, always. I've noticed that if I skimp on the lather and I don't use that really thick, heavy layer of lather on that first pass, and I've got a ton of hair, I experience a lot of pulling. Doesn't matter what blade, what razor, I just experience a lot of pulling. And I was thinking about it the other day, and so I tried it a couple of times. I went a little light on the lather, and I experience the pulling when I go light on the lather. When I go heavy on that first pass, where I've got a ton of hair growth, and I've got a lot of it today, that's where I experience the most pulling. So for me, I do need to have that Santa Claus looking lather on my face, or on my head and my face, when I'm taking off that first layer. I have to, otherwise, like I said, I get a lot of pulling, and it's not as comfortable. Once that pass is done and I continue on, it's not a big deal, but just getting that initial growth cut, I like a heavy layer. So don't let anybody tell you that you don't need that much, including myself. You don't need that much lather. Oh, you don't need this much, you don't need that much. I mean, you don't in order to make it slick, but sometimes, depending on the amount of hair you have there, you do need a really heavy, thick lather. I mean, there are exceptions to the rule, I would assume, with certain serums. Like, I know Peter Chikalis, I don't know if it's under the Club label or Ariana and Evans, but he has a serum that he offers, and I've used it before. And I do run into that. If I have a lot of growth, I've got to use way more serum than I would normally. It doesn't have to be a thick lather, per se, but I definitely have to use more serum. And that's just on that initial pass. Everything else seems to be, just as long as you're slick, that's all that matters. All right, as you can see, we are back finishing this shave. DOP status. Stone with perfection. No nicks, cuts, areas of irritation. Smooth as glass. Perfect. All right, let's go into the post-shave here. We'll throw on some witch hazel out of the JD bottle. This is just a cucumber, standard cucumber scent. Nothing crazy. Put that back before we get into the aftershave. So, my overall thoughts on this soap are this performance is top notch. You cannot go wrong with this with any soaps from Peter Charkalis's club or Ariana and Evans. You just can't. They are great soaps, and I've even thought so even from the beginning. I know he's changed his formula a boatload of times, and it's better than this, better than that. I've always liked his soaps. I've never had an issue. This is definitely crazy good though. And although there are other soap companies that are coming up to par, there are not that many that are right there. There are a few. There are good. There's a handful, but the other ones are getting there. So it's something to just keep in mind. Now, as far as the scent is concerned, like I said, it was based off of Creed Aventus. Someday I'll get that right. I'm a big fan of that cologne. And this soap, unfortunately for me, is not very heavy enough scent-wise. That's what the soap looks like in the side there. It's just not, it's barely there. The scent is just not enough, in my opinion. Sorry, Peter, but I do love your soaps. This one, and I'm surprised, because with such heavy scented soaps like Khalifa and the Equestrian, stuff like that, I'm shocked that this is as light as it is on scent, but it is. There are other companies out there there are a lot of soap companies out there that dupe this scent, and they're way heavier. Now, that being said, it is a shave soap and an aftershave. It is not a cologne. But I'm just comparing it to his other things that he's got in his lineup, and this is definitely light compared to those. It's very, very light. So, unfortunately, this soap is good for somebody who wants to try out Peter's stuff but doesn't really know what to get for scent-wise. Maybe you're into modern colognes and you like it, but you don't like a ton of scent in your shaving stuff. This is definitely the stuff for you. I would pick this up. It's got a nice masculine scent to it, or a modern-day cologne scent, and without being overwhelming by any means, and it certainly isn't going to last all day if that's what you're afraid of. So I would pick this up. If you're looking for something to complement the cologne that you have by Creed already, not a bad deal, but overall the cologne will do the driving force as far as the scent is concerned, but that's kind of par for the course. So I guess it all depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a soap, if you're used to his soaps lasting forever, like I don't get a lot of colognes that he's ever offered because I don't need to. Most of his aftershaves carry through most of the day, like Khalifa. But this one just doesn't. It lasts a couple of hours and it's gone. And even in here, in my shave den, the scent is really, really light. I'm getting mostly his base on the scent-wise. So, but like I said, if you're into a light-scented stuff like this, and there are people that are, pick this up. I would definitely. It's got a nice, just enough of scent in there to make you go, oh, that's nice, and then it goes away. If you're into something more heavy, like I am, I would probably steer towards one of his other offerings. Just throwing that out there. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my evaluation of this shave soap and this offering. So if you have any questions, please put it in the comment section below. I'll get to them as soon as I can. And we'll see you guys and girls in the next video.